Hello everyone, my name is Regina Nathania. This time I will share a story about my experience participating in the DBL competition. So basically, I really like dancing. So from a young age, I was interested in participating in dance activities. For example, when I was in fifth grade, I joined the traditional dance activity at my school, and it lasted for 2 years. And in high school, I joined the Santa Maria dance team. At that time, I performed the Crazy Rich Asian theme. I feel happy because we won second place in the GRBL competition. But even so, I feel sad too. This is because although we often win competitions, I feel like that our team is not compact. There are many circles in our team. We are often indifferent to each other, so that's very unfortunate. And in the end, when I went to St. Louis One High School, I was pleasantly surprised. At first, I thought that it would be worse there, but I was wrong. Honestly, the reason I started taking dance since middle school was because I had a goal. When I was in sixth grade, my mom often took me to watch Shinley One High School basketball games at DBL Arena. My mom hoped that I could learn and be interested in basketball. But during the game, I was not very interested, and over time, I became bored. But in the middle of the break, I saw a performance from the Shinley One High School dance team. At that moment, I was amazed and said to myself, wow, how can they be confident performing there? How can they enjoy every movement? And I think they are so cool. Yeah, at that time, I was a very shy kid and thought uh, there was no way I could be like that. Performing in front of the class, I often cried, let alone performing in front of hundreds to thousands of people. Before I even started, I had given up. But again, Sinley won, was in the final, and my mom took me back to watch the game. Once again, what I was waiting for was not the basketball team, but the dance team. Because the competition was getting fierce, there were only 5 dance teams left. Of course, they prepared a cooler performance than before. And yeah, once again, I was stunned by their performance. After returning from the DBL arena, I asked my mom about their dance team. And I just found out that the name of their dance team is Click. There I felt I have to be able to perform there. I have to I have to try. That's why I ventured to join the Santa Maria dance team. Indeed, we joined the GRBL competition, but I was very sad because we did not perform at the DBL arena but at PTC Mall. So I was very disappointed, but it did not reduce my enthusiasm. But uh, back again, when I entered Sinley One High School, I felt like I felt like more insecure because most of my friends had more experience than me. Plus, I heard from my seniors that click was the most expensive activity in school. Yeah, I felt hopeless and because of insecurity. But once again, I kept trying. I thought, should I back out just because of this? I should at least try. What's wrong with trying, right? And so I auditioned online for a full week due to the pandemic. Honestly, I felt more and more insecure. Because there were around 46 participants. Yeah, I think 46, and they were really cool at dancing. I felt more and more confused whether I should continue or not. But once again, I tried again and again until finally the audition was over and the seniors informed us that the announcement would be made in a month, which was a very long time. I was getting nervous, so until a month later, I was hopeless. I had tried to accept that I couldn't join the team, but one night my mom came and asked me to open an Instagram click, and I was surprised that I was accepted into the team. This might sound like an exaggeration, but I screamed out loud because I was happy, but afterwards I cried. This is because I felt proud of myself because the dream I want when I was in elementary school was realized. After that, I realized that there would be many obstacles that I would face. So after joining the team, of course we did a lot of performance for the school. And at the same time, it was announced that our team would participate in the DBL competition. I was very happy. I was already thinking about the concept of the costume that I would use. But again, I felt sad because a month before registration, I got COVID and had to quarantine for a month. At first, I thought I could still join if I could recover for a month, but one of the conditions for participating in the match was that I had to have a vaccine, but I had not. That's where I was sad because I was the only one who couldn't join the competition. I always support my team, even though when I see them dancing together, I feel kind of jealous. But in the end, they won first place. Yeah, I'm so happy for them. Okay, and to make a long story short, a year after I was able to participate in a competition at the DBL Arena, but the two boys in our group couldn't make it. But again, we were told by our school's basketball manager that there was something like course that if you want to win, don't join the boys basketball team. This was because everyone already believed and know that this year only one would win the game again and there was no way the dance team would win. After thinking about it made sense and at the same time scared us. But again, our captain invited us to pray together and convince the members to ignore it all and believe in our abilities. We must perform our best and prove our worth. To sum up, we successfully performed the first dance and also attract a large audience. We felt, yeah, we felt happy too. But in the process, we tend to get into a lot of trouble that eventually leads to arguments between members. But I feel very proud that we tend to have a desire to solve the problems instead of just forgetting about them. Sometimes when we get into trouble, we tend to avoid and cover it up. But in fact, what we need is how we can face and solve the problem, not by running away. Indirectly, our relationship becomes more intimate, so that uh, in the end of the final performance game, I was ready with that we prepared. We even practiced until midnight the day before. We were very confident to display our abilities. I personally felt confident because during the previous performance I had to make any mistake in dancing, but this time, when in the middle of the performance, my friend was in the wrong formation, and at that time I tried to avoid her. I managed to do, but my my two nails were scratched and broken in the middle of the performance. I endured the pain and tried not to cry. I prayed that I could stay focused and finish the performance. Now, after the performance was, I immediately went to the backstage and asked for help to treat my foot. I felt disappointed and sad not because of the pain I felt, but because I felt that I couldn't be optimal even though this was the last performance. Little did I know that my friends were also crying because they felt hadn't done their best. I wish time could be repeated, but when the winner was announced, we were shocked that we had finally won the first place again. We thanked God for still being given the opportunity to sit in first place. Our captain said, "The God is good. He gave each of us a chance to celebrate our victory, even though we were not a full team every year." On the other hand, we felt proud that we could show that the curse was wrong. On that day, our school dance team won and the dance team also come into first place. Not only that, a few months later, we gave even better news that we won the DBL national competition. We honestly felt lucky because we were surrounded by good members, good teachers, and good parents who want to support us. Through this story, I realized that in this world nothing is impossible as long as we are willing to try. So don't just focus on our shortcomings, but how we deal with them. I'm also happy to be able to share this story In my opinion, this is one of story that I will never forget. Maybe even the only memory that I will never forget. I hope I can fight harder in the future. That's all for me. Thank you.